Welcome to Baptist Press This Week. I'm Brandon Porter. This week, our guest is Connie Dixon. She's the national president of WMU. We'll be talking about their mission and their ministry to Southern Baptists across the country and across the world. Stay with us for Baptist Press This Week. Well, Connie, thanks for joining us for Baptist Press This Week. We're so glad to have you on the program.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Yeah, we want to talk about WMU, and maybe some folks aren't really acquainted with WMU, and so we want them to get to know WMU, but then also to talk about some of your experience as president and just the ways that you've seen WMU serve churches, serve missionaries, serve Christ. And so let's just start kind of with that high-level question with what is WMU?
Well, for me to answer that, it's kind of twofold. I mean, the pat answer to have is that WMU is an auxiliary to or a helper to the Southern Baptist Convention. It was began in 1888, and our mandate is making disciples of Jesus who live on mission. And everything is reflected in that purpose, in everything that we do, from our age level organizations to our promoting the giving. In 1888, the Foreign Mission Board at that time asked WMU if they would be willing to help raise money to send 2 more missionaries to assist Lottie Moon. And that was the birth of what we now call the Lottie Moon Christmas offering. That first year, not only was enough money raised to send 2 missionaries, but we were able to send 3 missionaries to help Lottie Moon. And since that time, through the avenue of the Annie Armstrong Easter offering and the Lottie Moon Christmas offering, nearly $8 billion has been given in the missions effort. So that would be your main answer of what is WMU. But my answer is through the tool of WMU, God has used that to totally transform my life. As a little sunbeam in a GA in a small town in eastern New Mexico, God transformed my life. And it was at a WMU event where I first felt God calling me into missions, and I've been involved with WMU ever since.
Talk a little bit about, you use that language there, Sunbeam and GA. I know there are also RAs.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what that is.
Okay, those are our age level organizations.
Yeah.
When I was a child, Sunbeams was the preschool. It's now called Mission Friends, but those are our age level organizations. GAs are for girls and RAs are for boys. And we have missions organizations, age level organizations for everybody from preschool to adults.
Yeah, and that really ties into where we wanted to go next, which is talk about the partnership between WMU and the local church.
Yes, I think WMU is key in the church having a healthy church. It teaches everyone, as I said, from preschoolers to senior adults, the importance of missions, the importance of praying for missions and for our missionaries. You'll never watch the news or the weather the same again after you've been introduced to the world. It also promotes, WMU also promotes giving and helping the church to be part of not only reaching their local neighborhood, but actually reaching the world for Christ. It teaches us the importance of missions education and missions discipleship. We have to remember that without missions discipleship, we're just one generation away from having no more missionaries. That's how important it is that we teach about missions. And it also helps the church to do missions, to engage their community. So I think WMU is a vital part of any healthy church.
Yeah, and resources are available for all those different age groups through the WMU's website. And I mean, there are lots of things available to the local church.
Yes, and they are awesome resources. They are they're educationally sound, and they've been vetted. And we are very proud of all of the resources that we produce.
Thanks, Connie. That's helpful information. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about how WMU makes an impact in state conventions. Stay with us on Baptist Press This Week.
A decade ago,
More than 7,800 messengers joined in unison in New Orleans to elect Fred Luter as president of our convention.
Fire-breathing, miracle-working pastor of Franklin Avenue Baptist Church, Pastor Fred Luter.
It is my privilege to declare Fred Luter the new president of the Southern Baptist Convention.
To God be the glory for the things that he has done. God bless you. I love you.
In June, messengers from across the country will once again come together on the bayou to celebrate how God is using us to carry out the Great Commission. New Orleans is truly a unique city, boasting one of the greatest culinary experiences in America. The city is rich in history, tradition, and Great Commission partnerships. Join us in New Orleans on June 11th through 14th for the 2023 Annual Meeting and Pastors Conference. Let's celebrate how God is working in and through churches across the U.S. and around the world to accomplish the Great Commission. Well, Connie Dixon is our guest here on Baptist Press this week. She is the national president of WMU. Connie, for a few years before coming to Baptist Press, I served as the communications director for the Kentucky Baptist Convention. And while serving for the state convention in Kentucky, I learned things about WMU and how they help and serve through the Kentucky Baptist Convention in ministries, certainly in churches, and then even beyond across Kentucky that I had not known in many years of pastoring. WMUs have deep relationships with state conventions, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do. And they're a great help to the state convention because, as I said earlier, a church that has WMU is just a healthier, stronger church. And so, who wouldn't want their church to pray more and give more and do more? And those healthy churches also help the conventions more throughout.
Yeah, I mean, all the way down to the local association and helping to provide funds for folks to go on mission trips, local churches with evangelistic projects. I mean, all kinds of wonderful opportunities through state WMU chapters.
And also, studies have shown throughout the years that churches who have WMU are more generous. They give more, not only to missions, but they also, it's in our DNA. And so generosity is, and so the cooperative program is taught. And so churches are, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but they're just healthier. And if they're healthier, they're more vital and more vibrant in our assistance to the state conventions.
Yeah, that's good. So now, how long have you been president of WMU?
I'm 2 years in June. It'll be 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, so not quite 2 years yet.
So in this 2 years serving in this role, what's maybe something that you've come across that you've thought, that's the best kept secret about WMU? Everybody needs to know that. I wish I'd known it sooner.
Yes, I think there's lots of those, Brandon. There's several. I think WMU can be seen as an iceberg, where only 10% of it sometimes is visible, and 90% of it is not as visible. I'll put it that way. Many people throughout Southern Baptist life just know WMU by our age level organizations, by the women's group that meets in their church, or by their children's group that meets in their church. But WMU is so much more than that. Yes, we are all about our missions discipleship, but there's a lot of things that we do, that people aren't aware of, like our quality missions resources that we produce, and that we provide every International Mission Board missionary with a water filtration system. We also, through Pure Water, Pure Love, one of our compassion ministries, we also can provide water wells for their communities, to where not only they can have clean water, but the communities in which they serve can have clean water. We have missionary housing, where we have nearly over 500 missionary houses that missionaries can stay in when they're on stateside assignment. We support hundreds of artisan groups all around the world. We're now have touch points in 50 countries around the world through our Worldcraft artisan groups is one way in which we have those touch points. We have over 150 Christian women and Christian men's job course sites, not only in the United States, but across the world, that are teaching people the importance and the needs of how to live a productive life.
Mm. So where can folks find these? Just the ministries that you've talked about. Are they talked about on the WMU's website?
Yes, they are. WMU is, we like to think of it as divided into 3 areas or 3 rocks. The first one is our missions discipleship. That's our age level organizations. The second is our leadership development. And through our Christian Women's Leadership Center, we can help develop leaders for the future of WMU. And then that third rock or third area is our compassion ministries. And that's where you'll find all the information on Pure Water, Pure Love, and Baptist Nursing Fellowship, and Worldcraft, and all of our other compassion ministries, all on WMU.com.
Okay, very good. Well, we thank you so much for taking some time and spending it with us here at Baptist Press this week.
Thank you, Brandon, so much for partnering with us.
Thanks for joining us for Baptist Press this week. We hope you'll go to our website, baptistpress.com, and take advantage of the stories that we publish there every day. They're aimed at helping Southern Baptists in the ministry that God has given to them. Make sure to subscribe to one of our morning or afternoon emails. It'll come for free to your inbox every single day. You can find it at baptistpress.com.